Hey guys, what's going on? It's RogerDeath here, and it's been roughly 2 weeks since the latest champion came out, and what do you know, we have a new one today. He did come out at a rather weird time this week. This is about 30 minutes after the servers could come out, so this is going to be a really, really fast video, actually. I'm amazed. And this is Jayce. He's interesting because he's both melee and ranged at the same time, and yet not at the same time, due to the way his ultimate's working. I'm going to take him solo top, probably. Maybe bot, I don't know, it just depends on how things go. But he is a very fun champion. I have played him on the public beta environment. A little bit, not a lot, just one bot game. And even then only against Soraka, so I don't know. He might not be good, he might be really good. I just don't know how he'd fare against a real bunch of people. Now, I don't have his skin because I played with it on the PvE, and I just didn't like it that much. It was too similar to Soul Reaper Draven. And basically, I just didn't like that all that much. For those of you that don't know what Jayce's bio is, while I wait for the game to load, he was an inventor in Piltover. Like he's basically a brilliant mind. And then Victor came and stole some of his blueprints to make an ultimate weapon. He pleaded with the council to get the Piltover Council to send somebody over to take him back and stop Victor. They said no. So he created his signature weapon, the Mercury Hammer / Mercury Cannon, for his assault on Victor's domain. Destroyed the weapon, got the blueprints back, and Victor's now a bad guy in the eyes of everybody. He's Piltover's hero in a way. And I'm not sure if he really let that get to his head. He knows that he was just kind of doing the right thing at the right time. I'm not too sure on if he's going to need to do that again or not in the future. So I'm going to start out with his W. He does have the cool stance changing effect. His ability, if you notice his ability, he's actually changing color. They're all blue now, except for Mercury Hammer, which is yellow. Now they're all yellow again. But what's this? His ultimate Mercury Cannon's blue! Yes, it's there for a reason. I'm going to actually start with a ruby, or a longsword.
Never look back.
To allow him to do extra damage, and because of the way that Hypercharge works, it's based off of his maximum AD. It does scale over 100 even. Basically, I activate this, and now my next 3 attacks do... Alright, just come instantly because they're coming at the fastest speed possible.
Pave the way.
Whereas Lightning Field, which is this one, this variant of it, and yes, the cooldowns are actually independent, see? So you can use this while, and then activate the other, which is kind of cool. That's a very neat thing about Jayce that I've really thought was cool. I think he's a very nice concept for the 100th champion. He is very unique in the league. So nobody quite like him out there right now. The closest we get's Nidalee with her ultimate, but she still has to be level 6 to get that. Jayce gets his right away, and it's more than just animal versus human. It's always human. It's turned into melee versus ranged. It's a lot stranger. Also, if you know, while in using the Mercury Hammer, he actually does do extra damage and has extra armor and such. He gets a small movement buff after every time he switches between the two.
Time to make a stand.
Yeah, the bots are kind of doing wonky things. They're going, who cares where. Zion bot got stuck. Shoot you. Shoot you some more. That was the actual way that Hypercharge looks when used. like I said, right now it's doing only 70% of the damage that it can do of his maximum AD, which is why extra AD works really well on him. I'm gonna get Shock Blast next. So that's what it does there. Ow. Then if I switch here, I can leap to him. And do lots of damage if I don't die. Ow. That's a tough combo. Zillion Scion. Oh, hey! We're gonna stun you. We're gonna make it so you can't run away. And even if you can run away, hey, look, you got a time bomb on your head.
I'm always ready.
Not fun. Not fun to deal with. Not for me, at least. Yeah. There's just not a lot to talk about while you're running back and forth from dying or the shop. That's just the way this game rolls, isn't it? God, I get a lot of damage just by leveling up. So, I'm going to... Oh, they're already running away. So I'm just going to stay in Mercury Hammer for now. I'm just going to annihilate that. He doesn't need his thing. Stupid Zillion. Ow. Where's my movement? I just could not move. Like, at all there. I don't know what happened. But yes, mana is a very awesome thing to buy lots of on Jayce. Although, Lightning Field does actually do... his passive is basically Tarek's passive. So, now we have 85% of this damage. Which is getting better and better, but it's still just not quite where it needs to be. Oh, they got so close to killing him. Now I get my final ability, which is Acceleration Gate, which creates a little speed up. Oh, I wish you didn't do that, because that was kind of stupid. I'm waiting over here for a reason. I can toss out a Shock Blast. An Acceleration Gate to get me away from Zillion faster. Ow. I can actually combo those two abilities really well. They literally combo together. Do I have enough mana to cast both? Yes. Acceleration Gate. Boom! Faster, farther, stronger. Not quite like the Daft Punk song. But indeed very close. I don't like the way this is looking. I just don't have the kind of damage on. Oh no. You rooted him way too late, Maokai. I need boots. I don't agree with that. I think we need Berserker Greaves. See, this is when you needed to have been snaring people, was now when they're not dying. This is a tough damn lane to go up against. And then again, it's tough for most champions to do a 2v1 lane. There are a few that can really pull it off in style. Draven's not one of them. And from what I've seen, Jayce really is not that way. He really isn't. He has the hyper carry potential, but I mean, still sticking it up against two people in the same lane right away. And that was the hammer variant of Thundering Blow. That's Thundering Blow, which does extra damage based on their maximum health. That was the version of Acceleration Gate. This does so much damage, and I pretty much have complete mana now. I don't need mana regen because I have a high enough level of Lightning Field. Boom. That's fun to do. It is affected by physical damage, so it's very nice. This does extra damage when I hit somebody with it, and that goes up every time I level it, which is still at the regular old levels. Boom. Uh-oh. Need movement speed. Yeah, it missed completely. Then I'm flying backwards. Unfortunately, I just don't have... I really don't want to dive into the tower to try and kill him, because that would likely kill me. I have the mana to do it, yeah, but... See, this does 100% damage now, so that's a really awesome ability to activate on towers. Because you're doing full damage just every time. Yeah, I didn't have quite enough speed. Jayce doesn't have any hard CCs, though. Closest he has is a knockback. Yeah, he does have a slow. Really doesn't have a whole lot. Does not have a whole lot. You need to be constantly thinking about, how can I combo these abilities? What do these abilities do? How can I improve them by chaining them together? And this is a bad situation. Run! I'm screwed! Except I have flash, and that. And that's not gonna kill me. It almost does, but it doesn't. Haha. God, 3 people top, and Anivia's farming, and Maokai's farming, and I'm practically dying. Love you, team. Maokai is... yeah, he's dead. Oh, God. Oh, thank God. I was going to be pissed if we managed to not kill him. Unfortunately, there is also a Zillion there. Of course, boss just shredding it because it's a kill lane. It's freaking Fire and Vayne. How can you fail? Especially when you're going just straight up attack speed. A lifesteal Vayne. They need to make that lifesteal unique, I think. Like, so you can't just stack that and be done with it. That's kind of stupid if that's all you have to do. Really, really stupid. Lots of extra... I mean, look, they're not even willing to help out another lane. They just want to push their lane. So, a really fun combo to open up with for Jayce, and this is something I kind of discovered. And it's really good for tower diving. That's probably his best potential for tower diving, is to jump on somebody, put an acceleration gate up behind you. Don't use the shock blast before you jump them, though. And then just run out once you've taken the tower. I did a bad job of explaining it, but I can't quite show it, so I'm actually going to level up Thundering Blow. Come here, Caitlin. What? How'd that tag me? That shouldn't have gotten me. Oh well. Oh well. Shit happens. This is what happens when you get, like, stupid shut down and have to go up against 2 people. Top. Permanently. Not just ganking. Oh, let's not forget the Anivia that never leaves her lane, and the Vayne and Fire that don't leave theirs. I kind of don't like using bot games for that reason, is that people just don't play the best. But I do like, I like using them because when I do these videos, I'm very skeptical. It's pretty much a first impressions. It's basically, my first time playing them, what do I think? In this case, I've played Jayce before, but not for very long, and only against a bot, which is Soraka, and even then, it's Soraka. They have infinite sustain. You can't beat a Soraka in lane. Unless you're, like, Vayne. Anyway, and so, I don't like to take them into real games for that reason. I really don't like the idea. I don't like the feeling of failing my first game as somebody and having it kind of be on video forever, because once it hits the internet, it doesn't ever leave. You know? I'd help another lane, but they don't really need it. Nivea's mass fed, and I'm super not mass fed. I'm kind of like really not fed. This is why I like attack speed on Jayce. It just feels cool to see a big old thunder hammer basically swinging around quickly. And then of course the Mercury cannon here. So you would, there's nobody here to show it on. You initiate with the gate. You initiate with the shock blast. You jump in. You put the gate behind you, and you've already got all of your abilities off as Jayce. That's where his capability comes into effect. But one thing I do kind of disagree with that was in the spotlight, and that's why I'm explicitly mentioning it now, is you really don't need to focus on one build or the other. I mean, with most people, you have a set build. Jayce can do a lot of different things. He can do it a lot of different ways. He can build attack speed on proc, because this just instantly procs every hit. Because it's a non-hit. It does proc Trinity Force, and with as much ult switching as you'll be doing, it's a good idea. Wow, Zillion, you're gonna... Oh, okay, I was gonna say. What? Like, I didn't even jump. I just kind of, like, hopped. Oh, look! No, I'm still in tower range. Staying bot, staying mid. I haven't even left to go back yet, Jesus. Maokai, not ganking! Yay! I can't deal with fat people, especially under their damn towers, and Zillion's just kind of stupid broken in that, oh hey, look, you killed me, now kill me again, you asshole. The only thing worse than that is you get Tryndamere, Kayle, and him on the same team. Say hi to an ever-dying Tryndamere. By the time one of those abilities is no longer off, by the time every single one of those have gone off, pretty much every single one of them is going to be back on, or one of them is going to be back on being able to be used. It's stupid. You have to focus down the others. You cannot go for him. I'm just going to farm with that, but you, because it does lots of damage. I really should continue leveling this up, though. That's the other kind of thing, is I'm still working on... Oh, that can be used on minions. Huh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. But that, I don't like... There's things that you will learn in every game that you play as somebody. Yeah, Jayce has really low range. You play him as a ranged carry. You're sacrificing lots of range for some versatility. Lots of range. But yeah, the skill orders are very important, and obviously, first games you play them, you really don't know what you're doing too well. Boom. Except that's fairly easy to understand. So activate W, get 3 attacks off pretty much instantly. There's nothing too hard to understand about those. Oh! Please leave. Please leave. No. 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 I never finally had to go back. Item and skill builds are probably the hardest thing about a champion, in my opinion. Unless you're playing something like Orion or Cassiopeia where they've got a really high skill ceiling. That's going to be the hardest part of any part of your champion. It's just knowing what items to buy and in what order to get skills and everything. It's very important to get that right. At least I killed Carthus. Which is, oh, I can't look and see how much it did. I mean, apparently it did a lot, but it's not saying much. It's a little bit of lag. I saw a little bit of lag. This is the speed effect does get lower as it's been going on, so it's not like you can just use it and be stupid fast for a while, for an hour. Every time it has its little cooldown. Wow, Viger's finally getting some kills. It only took Vayne a bad build. Trinity Force on a Vayne? No. I do not recommend it ever. Apparently that extra damage from Mercury Hammer switch does proc down towers. Don't worry, Mundo. I'll stick you back behind your post thing. Okay, I'm not like jumping to them half the time. I have an issue with that. You get back. Look at that. I'm like I don't even jump to them. I just jump to a location. Can I do that? Can I jump to a location? Oh my god. Oh, I need to get out of here. Good way to get health back really quickly on Jayce, though. Pow, pow, pow. And then you can keep just switching between. Jayce has some cool comboing potential. But why is my shop not pulling up? There we go, finally. I had to actually click the damn icon. But I mean, a lot of that combo potential seems kind of wasted to me. Just because of the cooldown on his ultimate. 5 seconds. That's actually 6 seconds normally. I have it lowered by a little. 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're trying to continually switch between them to juggle your skills, that is something that I think needs to be incorporated into a skill build. An item build, especially the item build. Is you need to know how much armor you're planning on getting. Or how much cooldown you're planning on getting. And think about that accordingly as to which skills you get how often. I mean, realistically, you wouldn't pick somebody like Teemo and then expect to be shrooming every 2 seconds or using your blind that often. It's just not something that's done. Just how it is. Cooldown is a huge part of what makes a champion a champion. And apparently I didn't click around here, so he... Pathfinding is a little wonky still. And because cooldowns are so big on that ultimate, that's basically the only thing preventing him from switching back and forth every second. It's really obvious on him the effect it has. I wonder how fast. Let's see, switch, fire off a couple shots. Take a lot of damage from a single zillion bomb because they have him build AP here. Doing 115% damage with that now. Oh god. Run! Frozen Mallet does switch the slowing. So is it Frozen Mallet switches based on if it's ranged or not, doesn't it? Maybe not. Maybe that's what's it called? I'm thinking of Dota. There are items like that. I just don't know anymore. But he's kind of an AD caster. He's kind of AD ranged carry. He's kind of a what isn't he? He can jungle from what I've seen. You have to work on getting lightning field up because it does do tremendous amounts of damage over time. Oh, look. How often do bots go down into jungle? Never. Unless they're trying to gank, and where's my entire team? Not anywhere near in the place where they're going to go gank. Jayce is fun. Alright? He's not a bad character. I'm having a very bad game, and this is why I don't take them into live games right away. I do like to play around with them in AI games first, custom games, whatever you want. I do play around with them first, try and learn more about them, figure out what their strengths are. I did with Varus, and oh god, did it show. For a long time, my Varus gameplay was absolutely terrible. I am now an awesome, awesome Varus because I just combo abilities left and right. I have a good feel for the range of everything. I have a rough estimate of how much damage I can do at a time. It's interesting to know and see and such. If you can know your champions that well, then you've kind of reached the peak of how to play that champion, in my opinion. Because most of it is all in your head. It's all knowing. It's all feeling. Darius is quite similar in that his ult does scale percentile. And this is just a doomfest here. And of course, Vayne just stupid fed, so she can just do whatever she wants and not even worry. Yay! That's cool. Let's just not let anybody else on the team do anything. Oh, it's a bot game. Nobody cares. I care. I've never really liked that excuse. It's a bot game, so nobody cares. Oh, damn. I barely whiffed that. And of course, I can't even get kills. It's because I am underfed. I have under everything, really. Put the speed gate up. Do the shock blast. Do speed attacks. Switch back into the hammer. Get a few hits off. Switch to that. Oh, no, let's not finish it, Nivea. Let's try and get that kill. I'll let you guys know more about this guy, Jayce, when I've gotten better with him. It's at a very early stage at this point in the game. I really don't know him well, and it kind of shows in my gameplay. I really played terribly, and I know I did. Part of it was due to the fact that I was solo top against two people. Part of it was, hey, at least I did. I did more damage than Figer and Nivea. maybe I didn't play him that bad. But yeah, it does. There is a very large skill ramp going on. I didn't do more magic damage than any of them. I had at least magic damage on the team. Second most physical. I did crit. Not nearly as much. Anyway, Jayce especially I think is going to take a while to really get the feel for it, just because of the dynamic between with his ult and the 8 or 6 essential abilities he has. 7 if you want 7 or 8 if you want to count his ultimate, one form or two, because it does do different things each time. But he's fun. The gameplay was kind of crappy, and I do apologize for that. It is again an initial look. I do plan on doing follow-up video on him. I have on pretty much everybody else, one way or another. If I haven't done one on Varus, I will do. I have a game on LoL Recorder I recorded earlier. It was a ranked game, and last thing I'm going to say is, this is something I usually don't say. I don't say much anymore. Follow me on Twitter. That's supposed to be a .com/RogerDeath. I do always have a notification on when a video uploads. Always. I have YouTube set to that. That's automatically going to make a tweet out for it. I also make tweets to a bunch of big LOL gamers and such. Sometimes I get replies back. Sometimes I don't. But it's kind of cool to see the dynamic there. And, you know, I do try and find some people online to do games with occasionally, do videos with. And unfortunately, my pool's kind of running dry. Ninja's always off playing other stuff. Formal's not always on. He has jobs, and Ninja does too. So I'm really down to just myself, and I want to get more people into this, to at least be kind of guests on my channel, if not full featured members, and it become a community channel. I really don't care. But seriously, follow me on Twitter. It's pretty much right there. I'll put it in the description. I will give you the follow-up of Jayce when I'm better with him. Until then, guys, this is RogerDeath, signing off.